Once again, insufficient RAM, blah, 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 blah. Well, if the RAM is suddenly insufficient, and I've been using MobiSend on this phone for, let's say, since June 2020, how come I only have insufficient RAM now? Because according to everyone, when I talk about RAM, oh, your RAM never increases or decreases. It always stays the same. So what you're saying is MobiZen's standards have higher then? Yeah, I don't think so. Just look at this cringe thumbnail. There you go. I just wanted to show that very quickly. But I said that it will be like only a couple of days until I'm back to doing nostalgia, because I realized that the American version of Disney Plus is season 3 of Amphibia and season 2 of The Owl House. Well, it turns out Disney Plus doesn't really work well with a VPN. Which reminds me, I'm doing VPN reviews now. Private internet access is crap. Don't buy it. It works, I guess, but not well. And yeah, it might just be the apps, and if it is, then PIA is fine. But sometimes it doesn't even work at all, because I'm I'm not talking about getting foreign versions of streaming services. I'm talking about when you Google something, if you scroll down to the very bottom, it'll tell you your location. And even though that my VPN says I'm connected to let's say Texas, my location will still say Belfast. But anyway, because it's crap, I'm doing nostalgia. This is a Mario shooter thing, as you could tell from the thumbnail, and it's on for over an hour. It's made by the same people that made that Modern Warfare 2 and Metal Gear thing, and also the Ghost in Modern Warfare 3. And it turns out, in the last video I was talking about them getting permits and all to record, but it turns out they are what is known as a guerrilla filmmaking team. I would use filmmaking in air quotes, and what that means is that they film without permits, which that's not good for them. By the way, a top comment of this says this is better than most action movies, which no, it's on the same level as all the crappy action movies, and there are some crappy action movies that are better. I didn't like Non-Stop, that one with Liam Neeson where he's on the plane, but Non-Stop is better than this. So these people are guerrilla filmmakers. I'm just going to say video makers. I'm just going to say gorillas, right? So people could be working on this build and then they just go on filming with dressed like characters out of Squid Game, and holding prop guns that, I mean, a random civilian doesn't know that it's a prop and not a real gun. So they start freaking out, thinking, oh, people are taking over. You dumbass. Toad just took out 6 guys in seconds on his own. Yeah, Toad wouldn't do that. Toad's a massive pussy. Or maybe that's the point. I'm really hoping that this isn't what I filmed. I really hope that the people I worked with aren't doing something similar and I just was doing a somewhat normal scene. This guy is the king, and Princess Peach is actually a princess. And I get that they're trying to fill in a sort of, not really an error, but something that Nintendo left out, but still, it doesn't work. And there's also a. In fact, I'm better off just showing it. Say what you will about Anya Taylor-Joy being cast as Peach. She's definitely going to do a better job than whoever this bitch is. Okay, so remember Toad from earlier? Then there's this guy. This doesn't make sense. I don't think they've thought this through. So when you play Toad in, let's say, Super Mario 3D World, you're not playing as the definitive D Toad, right? He's just called Toad. And all the other Toads are just called Toad. Except for, like, Toadette. Really, the only identifier they have is the colour of their spots. But there's not just one Toad with one colour spot. Like, blue for this guy. There's not just one blue Toad. There are multiple blue Toads. And yellow and red and green and so on. So, they shouldn't have made a special Toad. Because that just isn't how Mario works. So this guy is supposed to be a bullet bill. So their version of Toad is better than the movie version of Toad from, I think, 1993. But this guy being Bullet Bill just reminds me of that movie. I haven't actually seen the movie, but just from what I know and what I've seen of the movie. So this guy is Bullet Bill, as in the sort of canon, the mortars get shot out of the cannons in Mario games. But once again, there are multiple Bullet Bills. There are no identifiers between them. So, will there be more Bullet Bills that are not unique, bland, and then there's this one special guy? Probably. I haven't seen this in at least 6 years. I hope it's more than 6 years. I wouldn't like to imagine an 11-year-old me finding this entertaining. Okay. When I watched this, I didn't get this was a reference to Leon the Professional. A movie that I haven't seen yet, but I plan to. Spoilers for the movie. What happens is that Leon dies. And the bad guy gets really close to him. So Leon decides to give him a grenade and go, "This is from Matilda. It's a French Matilda." And hands him the grenade, and he doesn't realize what's in his hand until he opens up the hand and goes grenade and goes, "Oh crap." Yeah, I don't think there are any movie references in the other two videos, bar that crappy Sean Connery impression. Now, it's not as if they can't use language, because they did just use language earlier in the video, but in Leon, it wasn't a grenade that he hands him, it was the pen to a grenade. Hands him the pen, he opens his hand, "Oh crap, it's a pen to a grenade." Like, opens Leon's jacket and goes, "There's so many grenades." And he goes, "Yes, crap." But instead in this, the guy goes, "Ah!" Bang. So instead of doing just regular Italian accents, they're doing Italian American accents. So instead of, I'm not going to try and do an Italian accent, but you know what Mario sounds like. Instead of doing that, they're basically going, "Hey, I'm walking here." This man's wearing bulletproof armor, got shot like 2 or 3 times in his bulletproof armor and died. Unless the Shy Guys are using armor-piercing bullets, no. If you're gonna go out of your way to buy Kevlar costumes, what the hell is the point of having a character wearing Kevlar die after being shot on the Kevlar? I'm actually starting to think I'm going to make a Lethal Weapon reference by explaining that they're using armor piercing bullets and calling it like Toad Killers or something, because that's I mean, it may actually be called that, but there was one of the lethal weapons, I think it was lethal weapon 2, there's armor-piercing bullets, and the cops call them cop killers. I'm not saying things correctly right now because I'm very nasally. I just need to blow my nose. Honestly, the acting here sounds like the dub of Squid Game, or really any Netflix dub, because Netflix dubs are crap. Shy guys talking my screen, shy girls. There's no such thing as a shy girl. There is a female version of a shy guy, but it's not called a shy girl. It's called something else. So suddenly Mario knows how to kill people like that. I mean, obviously in the games they don't explain how Mario goes from being a plumber to jumping on all the Goombas and stuff, but I mean, it's more realistic than this because it's nothing. It's not technically combat, I guess, to just jump on your enemies, but with this, he goes from being a plumber to being John Wick. So 5 minutes ago, Luigi got hit in the nuts and said, "Oh, my meatballs!" And I got hit in the nuts and said it again. Yeah, make up new jokes. Get off the train track, dickhead. Here's the part where Donkey Kong comes in. Let me see how they do Donkey Kong, because that's probably the one they're going to screw up the most. Okay. Before introducing us to Donkey Kong, we cut back to Peach. And I should have mentioned this from the start, but Peach has, like, well, let me look at the thumbnail so I can tell you. Blonde hair, pink hair, and black hair instead of just being blonde. Yeah, that's not cool. So, Tom, why are you watching? Thank you. Whatever. It's just a guy in a donkey mask. What did I say, donkey? Got him in a monkey mask, ape mask, whatever. I don't care. I don't like monkeys or apes or chimpanzees. Point being, what the hell were you thinking? I know it's the cheapest choice, but still. That guy's shoving his nuts in her face. They really are going full Squid Game here. So, obviously it's two different actors, same way that Darth Vader is portrayed by like two different actors. So you have the person in the suit and the person doing the voice. So you just have a guy. I don't even think he's using his mouth to do this. I think he's using his hand to do it, but like the mask is just opening and closing while someone says, "Forgive me," but the mouth opening lasts longer than the dialogue. I just pissed myself. I'm hoping I don't get copyrighted for that, but that's such a funny joke, mate. He's a guerrilla fighter, like the Viet Cong. Right. This is the problem I had with Air Force One, and don't get me wrong, Air Force One was a good movie, but I don't like the fact that it's the president is the one doing all the heroic stuff. Like, and I know the movie wouldn't work if it wasn't the president, but I feel like I should be a bodyguard or something. Because in this, the king, Peach's dad, ended up doing a bunch of killing, saving Donkey Kong while he was king, I think. And it just... That's not what the king is supposed to do. Oh, sorry, he was just a prince. But point still stands. Right, what if Under Armour found out that you were placing their product in this violent video? Who the hell is this bitch supposed to be, Lara Croft? This better not be a Fight Club reference, I swear to God if it is. You've got to be kidding, it is a Fight Club reference. And I think I actually knew this when I watched it. I hadn't seen Fight Club at the time. In fact, I only seen it this year. And it is a fantastic movie. It's one of the best movies ever made. Although, to be honest, I do say that with a lot of movies. But you get the point. It is a fantastic movie. So it's just disrespectful for them to do this. Yeah, this isn't even further reference to Fight Club than most other Fight Club references go, because from what I remember in the movie, they go, first rule of Fight Club, don't talk about Fight Club. And anyone who hasn't seen the movie knows about that. But from what I remember, there's also a second rule, and the second rule is, don't talk about Fight Club. Third rule of Fight Club is, if it's your first time in Fight Club, you have to fight. If they're going to put a link in it, you better be using a sword and not guns. Which reminds me, this is starting to feel like the Leonardo DiCaprio, Claire Danes, Romeo and Juliet. I hate that movie, and I love Romeo and Juliet, so, like, the amount of pissed offness I am at that movie is incredible. This was released in 2013 or 2014. 2015? What? And the end of 2015 on top of that? So I was 11 years old? Jesus. I mean, it was broken up into smaller parts, but I think I watched it as one part. You know, this version of it. So, just... what happened was that the C link, and they go away. Who's this chick? I think that's a guy. But he's wearing a skirt. Hey, have an open mind. Like, I thought, wait, that sounds like something that would happen, you know, post Bruce Jenner. But I thought, oh, this came out in 2013 or 2014, possibly even 2012. But no, it came out at around the same time that the Bruce Jenner incident happened. It might be too late to say this, because, like, might get up and then be like, oh yeah, you have to knock me out of bounds. But that's still how Smash Bros works. Like, it's the Fight Club is called Smash Club, and you have to brawl on your first time in Smash Club. So Link has to go out of bounds. He can't just beat the crap out of him, because his percentage will go higher, and the percentage goes up to like 999, I think, and it doesn't go anything beyond that. You have to knock him out of bounds. That's how Smash Bros works. Now, he said 2 more fights, but he's on fight number 3. And also, yeah, it turns out that in this backwards world, you don't have to knock him out of bounds. You just have to beat the ever-loving crap out of them. So, Smash Bros. Is losing its USP. USP is a term I learned in media studies that is short for unique selling point. And I know that's not a unique selling point, but it's a thing that makes Smash Bros. Different from any other fighting game. Because any other fighting game has a health bar. The Smash Bros. Percentage system isn't a health bar. But whatever. I'm not even a fan of Smash Bros. I don't like fighting games in general, except for the first Injustice, and okay, the second one's alright. But that's because they have stories, and I know that Ultimate and Brawl have them, but still. Now, I thought the guy behind Mario, the one that organized this entire thing, was Ness. Apparently not. So who the hell is this guy? The next thing I thought was Ash Ketchum. Or maybe a Pokemon trainer. Guess not. This was one take, it didn't cut or anything. But, like, Donkey Kong was able to take a banana and eat it. How? It's a mask. It's not like an actual... You know, the mouth doesn't go anywhere. How did you not see the bits of banana in the back of the mask? And also, how did it break off so easily without him trying to, like, snap it? Yeah, my phone is 5%, so I was going to do an hour. You know, the way nostalgia should be, but I can't.